Hi, friends. I want to talk to you a little bit about Gideon. Gideon is talked about in Judges chapter number 7, and I'm going to use him as an illustration to help people that's on pornography grow into being warriors. Now, I've got my Spartan helmet out here, I've got the Exalted Soul book out. I want to get you to understand that you cannot become the person God has for you if you don't learn that there are seasons of battle. And you are in one. If you are struggling right now with pornography in any measure, I want you to pay close attention to this, because in Judges chapter 7, there's a story about Gideon fighting against a force that's greater than himself. And that's you, and that's me. If you're in this, I want you to hear me. Everyone is going to have some kind of struggle. The Exalted Self is an ebook that's about pornography, restoration from pornography, but it doesn't do you to be restored from something if you don't replace it with something. So the idea that I want you to get is restored from in order to be healed to. And in between there is this guy. You've got to learn to be Leonidas. You've got to learn how to fight. And I looked at this 300 movie with Leonidas and found 300 exactly like that here in Gideon's story. And I wanted to share it with you just to give you some encouragement. Now, in Gideon's story, the Lord had taken 32,000 people that originally wanted to fight, and everybody that was afraid and had other interests was filtered out, and it got down to 300 people. And the way these 300 warriors were selected is God told Gideon, every man that goes down to the brook to get a drink, that gets down on his knees and puts his lips directly in the water, filter those guys out. Take the ones that take their hands down into the water and bring it back to their mouth. Those are the ones. And to Gideon's surprise, only 300 men did that. And God said, use those 300. Now, Gideon is facing an army just like the movie 300 in the millions. And he's flabbergasted. 300 against this many? But God said, no, use them and obey me. And he did. And the battle is given to us in Judges 7. Listen to the words of verse 19. So Gideon and the 100 men who were with him came to the outpost of the camp at the beginning of the middle watch, just as they had posted the watch. And they blew the trumpets and broke the pitchers that were in their hands. Then the 300 companies blew the trumpets and broke the pitchers, and held the torches in their left hand and the trumpets in their right hands. And they cried, the sword of the Lord and of Gideon. Imagine that. They didn't even have a sword. They broke a clay pot, and inside it was a torch. They broke the pot, blew a trumpet, and the only thing the enemy knew was a trumpet sound, and men are surrounding them on higher ground with just torches. And the Bible says that these men that were in the valley, the enemy, they turned on themselves and started to kill off themselves. But why is that story important to you? Because you're in this fight. You need to partner with some people, and I want this ministry to kind of help you to do that. I want this Exalted series to give you some resources and some help. You know, in that movie, The 300 with Leonidas, if you remember, the Greeks had an army formation called the phalanx, which basically meant the shield that the warrior carried had to cover half of his body, but it had to cover the other half of the guy to his right. And likewise, the side of you that's exposed would be covered by the warrior to your left. Half of his shield would cover you. And that was impenetrable at that time. And they won battle after battle using that strategy. I want you to understand that you need a team. You need help. Now, on my website is my email, and it's coming up now. And I want to hear from you. I want you to understand that you are needing an army behind you, just like Gideon did, just like Leonidas. But the idea is really the same, that The ones that go directly down on their knees and drink straight from the brook, they speak to me of, I can do this on my own. I know what I need, I can do it. And to me, it's the people that say, my internet filters and my own resolve is all I need, Mr. Wade. I don't need your help. I don't need your team. I don't need your imagery. That's what I think. But now there's another people out there that God said they would reach out, say, hey, I do need help. Our churches, as good as they are, most people don't feel like they can talk inside that church to people, because if they get pointed out for being involved in pornography, what's being told me is they never get treated the same. So this is something that's for you, this exalted soul, this exalted self. These series of books are here for you. This ministry that is here for you to help you, to give you a partnership. Now, I was thinking also, I did some research once on a beard. Now, I don't know why I'm saying this, but, to me, whenever I grow my beard, I've almost always had some form of it. And I did this way back when, but I did this research on the beard. And one of the things that the beard did was, in the Old Covenant, men would grow their beards as a sign of being equipped to enter into a covenant with somebody else. It was an expression that said to the world, when they saw a man with a beard, here is a man that is in a covenant. He's in you're in the phalanx, you're part of the 300, so to speak. And when they would greet each other, you hear them say in the Bible that they would greet each other with a kiss. Well, they wouldn't go lip to lip, but it was a beard to beard thing. And likewise, if they wanted to dishonor a man, they would cut off their beard. And it would be a dishonorable thing. Well, this got into me a long time ago, and it served me as just a reminder. It's not mandatory in the new covenant. It doesn't make you more of a man. But, there's some that say it does. I like mine anyhow. But the idea was, when I looked in the mirror to brush my teeth and comb my hair, before I start my day, I just kind of get myself gathered together, my Leonidas hat, if you please, and get ready to put it on. And I look at my beard and I'd say, you're in a covenant. You better realize you have to put on your battle gear now. Look at your beard, and the beard just said, you're in a covenant with Christ. And this battle is not just yours. It's for you, for other people, your children, your wife. Honor God today. And I kind of start my day that way. Maybe that'll help you if you just say, hey, I'm going to grow my beard. And as it grows out, it's going to be a constant reminder of the battle that I'm in with this warfare, with pornography. And even though it grows out slowly, I'm changing along with it slowly. But I'm becoming a different man. And that's what I want to get through to you. The idea behind the Exalted series is restoration. But restoring you from something has to lead you to something. You have to be free from pornography in order to become the warrior for God. The restoration from the addictions and bondages and strongholds of this to become this. And this team that we're building, that I'm part of, that I've been doing this for a long time. I'm saying this is going to be revolutionary in your life. And just send me some emails and let me start hearing from you about your battle. Let me start partnering with you in prayer, and we'll go from there. All right? I hope this helps. Lord bless. I'll talk to you soon.